The 2026 draft is in the books. Gary Lamm minute at Mania. I'm going to do some Saturday night quarterbacking. I'm going to review the draft. You know, I'm going to tell you if I think any of these guys are even going to start or even can have a realistic chance of starting. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I think the 49ers need to get beefier on that offensive line. I don't think they did it. I don't think they can withstand the power of that Seahawks defensive line or the speed of the Rams defensive line. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through the 49ers moves, or most of them. I'm going to say who they picked, and who I would have picked. And you tell me what you think. And let me know what you think, because it matters what you think. Do you think the 49ers are ready to take down the Seahawks and the Rams and get out of third place in their own division, more or less Super Bowl after this draft? I hope so. I told you the process, so here we go. The first thing the 49ers do on day one, pick 27. They trade to the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins select Chris Johnson. Hey, I might have selected Chris Johnson. I like Chris Johnson. I think Chris Johnson could start on this team. I like our defensive backs more than a lot of people. But Renardo Green, he's not in good grace with the team for whatever reason. He's a man cover guy. We play more zone. Maybe he has a home here with Raheem Morris, but I would have taken Chris Johnson. That's fine. That's a guy I'll miss, but I think the 49ers are still doing pretty good here. They went down to 30 right after Chris Johnson with Caleb Lomu. I wasn't sweating him. Peter Woods, I'm not sweating him. The guys are doing good so far. At 30, the 49ers traded that pick to the Jets. Hey, Omar Cooper Jr., a lot of people would have selected him. Now, I like him for the 49ers too. I like him. I really think he's a nice receiver, but you know, it's not bad. They went down to 33, no problem. So far, so good. 49ers are getting more picks. I think we needed more players. We do, right? Keldrick Falk, the edge rusher out of Auburn, went to Tennessee with the 31st pick. I'm not sweating that. To Jarian Price, the 49ers had to deal with that guy on the Seahawks, went 32, but I'm still not sweating it. It's like, the other players get to have players too. The other teams get to have players too. So, I'm not sweating that. So far, so good. I was feeling good going into day 2, and probably so were you. And I'm thinking, whoa. If you were watching this at all, I was begging everybody. You can take a guard in the first round. We cannot mess around. Every time I simulated and didn't get the guys I wanted, there was trouble. But because I thought the guards were so good, I was willing to take an edge rusher. I thought Gabe Yakas would be Yak-ass, or Gabe Akis, but I thought Yak-ass. But then there were a bunch of Yak-asses didn't take him. I said, I would take a guy like that because you got this new defensive coordinator, because you got the 6'4" pass rusher with a wrestling background who could play the stand-up or a hand in the dirt, right? That's exactly what we're looking for, but cool. I would have taken D'Angelo Pons, even though he's small, because he fits in with Upton Stout and Diamondor Lenore, like some tough-ass, rugged, just quick guys who could defend in the slot and on the boundary. Maybe not so much Stout, but I think D'Angelo with that with that damn 43-inch vertical on the 4.3 speed could have done it. So I'm going pounds of Yakis, but I really want to chase Basantes, but I was willing to be open and come back with the second pick with a Jennings Dunker, right? But I wanted Jennings Dunker. I was hoping for. I didn't want the Niners to fuck it up. I wanted Chase Basantes with that 33rd pick, and I was like, holy shit, we're gonna get him. And people were saying other who else, Pregnon or something, but I was even open to Pregnon in the second round. But I wanted Chase Basantes so bad. But I was willing to get a badass like a Pons or like a versatile edge rusher that can also have the body type to play the run and can get back, be like that linebacker with Yakas who had some size at 6'4", 260, right? I was willing to go for like a stud in there, but the other guys, I was willing to be a little bit open-minded, but I really wanted Basantes. And I just hoping that I wouldn't fuck it up. And then you hear Dejan Stribling. And I'm like, damn, I'm not hating on Dejan. 6'2", 207 pounds. Good frame, 4.37 40. He blocks. He breaks tackles. He's tough. He catches the ball. The two people that listen to me, you know that I receiver people don't care about this as much as I do. A receiver has to catch the ball. He catches the ball, right? But he's not so great on his routes. And a couple of times I simulated drafting him to the 49ers, but that's like the 4th round or picks I trade down in the 3rd. And I just don't think he's going to fit in with Brock Purdy, with Kyle Shanahan's offense to get on the field. Because look I like Deshaun, but is he going to start? We need impact. Can he return kicks? No. Is he a gadget player? No. Does he run precise routes? No. Does Kyle Shanahan trust young receivers? No. He only trusts young receivers if they knock the shit out of people, right? Like a Debo, like he likes bullies, like Jennings and Debo. That's who starts. Pearsall took forever to get on the field. Watkins and Cowing never got on the field. That Gray, I forget his name, the guy he picked to play with Trey Lance. I forgot even he's on the team, right? Pettis just couldn't stand Pettis. So if you're not super tough, you're not going to play. And I think this Dejan Stribling is tough. That's his reputation. But man, we've tried this before to have the deep threat. That never happens, right? But good thing this guy has it all. Maybe he has a chance to get on the field. But look at the depth chart right there. Okay, we just got Mike Evans. Mike Evans is getting paid, so he's going to play. Christian Kirk's a veteran. He's probably going to pay. He's going to play. And Ricky Pearsall. Are you going to trade Ricky Pearsall already? You can't trade a veteran receiver like this. So there's a high chance that this kid's not going to play. We still got Jordan Watkins. He's a fast guy. He's a fast drawing guy too. And we got the rookie don't know what to do. So I like the guy. Like, this guy might be the next damn Jamar Chase or something with who blocks and stuff. But it's going to be hard to get on the field. He's really going to have to work his way. He's not an automatic is what I'm saying. Like a Chase Bisontes would be. You draft Chase Bisontes, he's on there. If you drop D'Angelo Pounds, he's going to work his way on the field somehow. Right? And before I get to the safeties, I know a lot of you wanted safeties. I'm the kind of guy I like. It's hard to know if a safety can really play in the NFL. I'd rather turn my corners into safeties, and see if they can play that center field to have that space. What the hell do you call it? Sensory space. What the hell? I forgot the right term for it. Whatever. You know what the hell I mean. You got that field back there, right? But this guy may not see the field a lot, is what I'm saying. And I love the athletic profile. Seems like a nice. I want to say this other thing too. I think John Lynch can get hustled if you show a positive attitude, man. A lot of these guys I'll get to them all. But like Reuben Foster, if you're a good guy like Solomon Thomas, you might make this team. If you're an asshole that is a sociopath like Reuben Foster, you might make this team. If you can, I bet you, if I had a fake fucking athletic profile, and I talked to John Lynch, and I thought, yeah, you're physical with an F, I think I can make the fucking team if I frauded John Lynch. I think it's a weakness of his. You need good guys. Because good guys get you through bad times, baby. But sometimes you can have a fraud. It is what it is, but okay. They moved down to it's fine. Okay, I want to say this too. In this draft, if you don't get your guy, you might lose him. So if this is their guy, fucking go for it. Good. If that's what if they were convicted, as John Lynch likes to say, then go for it. I'm happy you did it. Good job, 49ers. Well done, well played. But I'm going to talk about what happened next. The next pick, right in our own division, Chase Bisontes. Chase Bisontes is my number one. I was open-minded, but I'm going to tell you, it hurt. It hurt me to my core. Chase Bisontes is only 21. He has a good reputation, high upside, and he's only going to get bigger and stronger and meaner. He's a mean dude, and we need mean dudes if we're going to beat the Seahawks. We got to protect Brock Purdy up the middle. He's short. And this is a 10-year starter. Right off the bat. If we draft Chase Bisontes, that's my number one guy. If we draft him, he's starting. We got another start. We are better. We are more likely to beat the Seahawks if we get Chase Bisontes. In my opinion, okay? Next was T.J. Parker, another edge. You know, this is what I'm saying about the edge for the 49ers. Where you got Mikael Williams, I don't know if he's going to start the season, but he's useful. He can stop the run. He could set the edge. If you get a guy that just rushes the passer, and they don't rush the passer, think of the pressure that they're not getting on the quarterback. The pressure's going to be on their back. It's a busted pick, okay? Caden McDonald, all these, I can let him go. Colton Hood, Denzel Boston, I don't want him. R. Mason, question marks. Cassius Howell, question marks. I hope all these guys do well. But I'm not sweating anybody. Okay, here's one of the guys I probably would have missed. 47 went Jeremy Bernard. I thought Jerry Bernard was a guy who knew where to be. A receiver at Alabama. I thought he would have been a good 49er. I thought he may have had a challenge to he's not as fast as Stribling, but I would have picked Jeremy Bernard. I think his athletic and mental profile fit with the 49ers, plus he knows where to be more. He knows where to be. On top, Stribling doesn't quite know. When you have a quarterback who relies on anticipatory throws, you have to know where to go. Yo. Okay, that's it. Here we go. Pick 50. All the other guys I'm not sweating. D'Angelo Pons. D'Angelo Pons went 50. But I'm 100% sure that he only got drafted that low because he's 5'9". I love D'Angelo Pons. He's 180 something, so that's just too small. So I understand why you give up on him, but I would have took Pons over Stripling. I would have traded down to get D'Angelo Pons because he fits in that he with Stout and Diamond. Like if you got all those guys interchangeable, right? Pons, Diamond Lenore, and what do you call it? And Stout. They're all quick dudes. They're not tall, but they will fight you. A bunch of junk. We would have the fucking meanest secondary of football. Some bad dudes, right? So I might have taken. I might have traded down again. That's what I thought we were gonna do. So okay, you can't have every player, but I thought there was players to be had. Okay, I might have taken Pons there, right? Because as much as I love Bisontes. I'm not sure I would have taken Bernard with my first pick, but I might have taken Pons. I might have traded down and got Pons. But like I said, my guy was Bisontes. But there was so many guards in this draft that I liked. I would have let it be. Okay. Stowers, I wouldn't take that pick because he doesn't block. Okay. The 49ers were coming up. I believe at 56, right? Right before that, at 55, the cock-blocking ass Patriots and Vrabel and Ricci, they reached ahead of us, out of order, and got Gabe Yakis. Gabe Akis. I love Gabe Akis. I love his size profile. I love that he's versatile. He hand in the dirt and stand up and can drop back. We don't have to worry if he could do it because he's done it. I like Yakis. I love Gabe Yakis. That's a guy I would have thought about if I didn't want Basantis, right? So the 49ers, if Gabe Yakis is really good and D'Angelo Pons are really good, I'm gonna be really upset. But I think Pons and Yakis would have started, and I'm sure Basantis would have started, and I'm not sure Stribling, unless he's really good. I mean, he's gonna have to route up, bro. You better be hanging out with Jerry Rice right now, Stribling. Message me. No, I have no idea how to get in touch with Jerry Rice, okay? But anyway, 49ers trade out of that pick. And there it goes, right? But if the 49ers would have kept that pick, there's a guy out there, a lot of 49er fans wanted a safety. Bud Clark went the 32nd pick in the second round, 64. I think I wouldn't have went that high for him. A lot of people would have, but we're talking if we still had the 58. I like Jake Slaughter a lot at center, but I wouldn't have taken him that high. So I'm good with the 49ers did here as far as trading down. I think the Niners did a good job trading down. Good job trading down. Let me get us to the third round here. So far, it's round 3. The 49ers only have one pick, and it's Stribling. And I like his athletic profile. I like what he could do. Brock needs a deep threat, but the 49ers never use a deep threat. Cowing and Watkins haven't played. Gray never played. That's something that was upsetting. Okay, between these picks, a guy really, between the 50s, was it 58 or 56 that he traded? I think it's 56. Sam Roush, I was hoping to get Sam Roush later, but he went too high for me. So right, this is the thing. I'm sorry, 49ers, because it seems like right before you get what you want, someone gets you, right? Because right before the 27, Rutledge, you go back to round 1. See, maybe, I think the Niners got hijacked here. I think the Niners have a spy. Because right before their 27th pick, maybe they like Kalen Rutledge. The Texans got right before the 49ers 26th pick and drafted Kalen Rutledge out of Georgia Tech. I didn't want him because of the foot injury. He's fine, but a big dude with a bad foot is no good. So and just think of this. This is my conspiracy. Right before the Niners pick we're supposed to pick in the second round, the Patriots come in and get Yakis. It's like, what the hell's going on over there? So and the Niners trade out of 58. So we're going all the way down. I told you the players that I missed out on. But look at this. In the third round, maybe the Niners did not get a tight end in this draft. Their Hall of Fame tight end has an Achilles tendon injury, and I think the only guy really mocked them is Sam Roush out of Stanford. Pick 69, right before the Niners pick again, Sam Roush goes to the Bears. There is a freaking leak in the 49ers system. Because right before they picked, the guard goes Rutledge in the second round. And the 49ers trade out of it in 27, right? Right before they pick their original pick, the edge rusher goes and Yakis. It was a trade up. Trade up's ahead of both of them, right? Right before they pick in 70, they traded down to 70, but the Bears get in front of them and get Sam Roush, the tight end that I liked for this team. So the Niners end up with no tight end, and they do end up with Romello Height. Romello Height is a pass rusher. He's like a 3-4 like outside linebacker pass rusher. He had 10 sacks last year. A lot of people were worried about his age. Here's the thing. He gets off the ball quick. I love it. If he gets to the quarterback, I don't give a fuck. Just get there, baby. I don't give a damn about nothing. If you get to the quarterback, Romello Height, dynamite, baby. You a JJ. Yay. But if you don't, you got one job, baby. But if you don't get it done, it's a bust. You got 2 bum shoulders. If you get hurt again, it's a bust. you got a hurt player backing up another player who's hurt. So last year's edge has an ACL. This year's edge is coming up off of a couple of shoulder injuries. So there's a lot of pressure on Romello Height to get to the quarterback. There's as much pressure. Romello Height better put more pressure on the quarterback than the faithful are going to have on Romello Height. Because that's what he's... I don't care what the hell, they say he can drop back or whatever. Yeah, whatever. If he doesn't get to the quarterback, there's going to be so much pressure on this guy. All right? So, I'm kind of fine with this pick. But look it. 49ers needed a tight end. Oscar Delp went to the Saints. He runs a 4.49 40. What's he like? What's his height? I know he could block. He's 6'5", 245. I didn't want to look at this because I can't take this shit. But you could have got Oscar Delp. Some people think Oscar Delp is better than Sam Roush. Fuck yeah, that's a weapon right there. We're doing Monday. If you're just joining me, we're doing the Saturday night morning. No one's fucking joining me. I'm all alone on TikTok Live. Okay, I'm all alone here by myself. But if you ever join me, I'm just going to recap what I'm doing. I'm going to the draft, doing most of the moves of 49ers. I don't think any of the players suck, but there's a lot of players. You know what? The consensus is saying they'd reach. I'm hearing some hype that's saying, well, you don't draft like that. In every fucking thing we do that's transactional, the price of gold, the price of buying things, there is a market value. And you need to know the market value. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder to a degree. And you know what? If people don't respect you as a person, you go where you're valued, baby. Hell yeah, do that. If the Niners love you, you come to the Bay, baby. Yay, right? But you need to deal in the marketplace, so you should know the value of other players, okay? And yeah, it was kind of wild here, and that's why I was open to taking the guard in the first fucking round, man. Damn it, I was open. I was open right here, but look at I might have taken Jennings Dunker with that 58th pick. I might have taken Jennings Dunker here, but he didn't go. So okay, I might have taken Zachariah Branch in the third. Zachariah Branch. Wait, go back. 49ers drafted Romello Height with that pick. Let me go to Romello Height here really quick. I'm gonna see. We review. Second pick. Is he gonna start? Let's go to the. And this is really weird here. The ESPN has the 49ers in a 3-4 base defense. And we didn't even talk. We don't talk about this enough. They list Nick Bosa as a will linebacker. What are we gonna do? I don't even know how that's gonna work out, right? Dre Greenlaw is the left inside linebacker. Fred Warner's the right inside linebacker. Mikael Williams. What the fuck? Mikael Williams as a Sam? What the fuck? I don't know. Okay, we'll see. But I think Romello has a spot to play here, so I think that's a good pick. Like it's an understandable pick. I love how quick he gets the ball. I like it, right? I like it. But you still don't have a guard, right? And I'm going to look at other players. Zachariah Branch at 79. I bring him up because he could return kicks for cheap. So that's a guy you could have got. He's at 79, right? I already talked about Oscar Delp. Okay. Oscar Delp. There's no damn way that our tight end is going to start the year. George Kittle's always hurt anyway. So Oscar Delp might have had a chance to play. Zachariah Branch, kick return. He may have a chance to play. You can make gadget plays. This is a guy Kyle Shanahan could create little plays for and make the defense think, okay? Chris Bradley's out there, Ted Hurst. I can do without these guys because I know they're not going to play, okay? Like these receivers, right? Austin Barber. I thought that's a good tackle. If you're gonna get a backup tackle, Emmanuel Pregno went there, right? Xavier Thomas. Okay, but that's fine. I can live. I can live. It sucks that we didn't get Roush that went before us. We didn't get Delp that went after us. I can live with that, okay? 90th pick. Kalon Black. And I like Kalon Black. And this is why I think the 49ers really are just sold on the interview. They could be sold by a good man or a con man. The good man, the Solomon Thomas, friends with John Lynch, went to the same class at Stanford. Or Rune Foster, the guy knows what a sweet talk. And that is the 49ers always. You can con John Lynch. And it matters. Good men matter in bad times. Period. That's why the Niners hang in there. Sometimes your number one strength is also your number one weakness. So you gotta watch out. Watch out for Kalon Black. Who's gonna block for the guy? Okay, who's gonna block for him? He's a tough guy. He doesn't have a lot of mileage on him. Hasn't caught a pass in a long time. It's not Kalon Black that's the problem. If you want him, maybe you could have traded. Why'd you need to get him at 90 here though? Why? Did you need him? Did you need that bad? And here's the thing. Everyone and his mother knows we're overusing Christian McCaffrey. And when you ask Kyle Shanahan why he can't take a break, well, when we take him off the field, we can't run the same offense. Well, shit, nobody's Christian McCaffrey. But this guy's a good, he's not like a big changeup because he's not really that much bigger than Christian McCaffrey. And he's not a pass catcher like Christian McCaffrey. So he's like a 2-down back for us right now. And look, is this guy gonna play? Is Christian McCaffrey? Is he that much better than Jordan James? Jordan James is probably a better pass catcher out of the backfield, right? Isaac Guerrero might be cut, but Isaac Guerrero is faster. Isaac Guerrero, if he's in shape, he's a former wide receiver. So I think we have a stacked backfield. But, look at Christian McCaffrey. Those are good players. I like Christian McCaffrey, Jordan James, Kalon Black, and Isaac Guerrero, when he actually plays, he can't sniff a hole to save his life. But if you toss the ball and he goes right and there's a hole, he's going a long way and like a yard short from the end zone like an idiot. But he'll get 50 and, he'll run out of gas at the 5 yards to go. But if you got in shape, that's why I was interested in that Williams kid. Okay, let's see. Kalon Black, a good player. But is it finally gonna be the year? If Christian McCaffrey's healthy, are they really gonna not give him all the carries? Is that gonna happen? Is that ever gonna happen? The only time it happens is when he's hurt. All right. But let's look at guys that could have went after them. Chris Bell. I love Chris Bell, the receiver. He went to the Dolphins, but we already got a receiver in Zibling. We now can't deal with any injuries. This is the one that killed me. I would have taken Jennings Dunker, who went to the Steelers, who fucking know about offensive line. I would have taken Jennings Dunker with my second pick. Definitely with the 70th pick. We had him at 90. If you really loved Stribling and height, God bless you, man. If you really loved him, and that's why you did all this trading down, you should have drafted Jennings Dunker with 90 because you make yourself look like a clown. That one hurts. That hurt. This is when I turned away here. I think Jennings Dunker was a lot like he's gonna get in there and he's gonna be the guy. I love Jennings Dunker, man. He's a cultural guy. He's an attitude guy. Dunker is an outstanding zone blocker. He can reach out and drive edge defenders like the fucking Seahawks and those stupid Rams and he scoops backside defensive tackles. Dunker takes sound angles and stays on track when working to the second level. That's what we need in our running game. In pass protection, he sinks his hips. Gotta sink those hips at anchor, baby, and anchors well and works his hands inside. Work those hands, Jennings. You know, on defender's frame. He lined up at tackle for most of his career. One started guard in 22, but he might be best suited for guard in the NFL. Hell yeah, he has a mullet and is red and he looks crazy and I get inspired just thinking about him and I'm pissed off that he's going to Pittsburgh. Son of a bitch, Bobby Blackstone. You stole my player. Damn it. Bobby is my partner at Stars of Wrestling, co-announcer. But that one really hurt me. Because I think we could have got Black later, okay? That's the one that hurt. Let me move on here. Let's get to the fourth round. I think we needed Jennings Dunker, man. That was the line of where I am sure, even if we got guys I didn't like Pregnon, but Basantes or Dunker, I was sure we can come out of those drafts with either Basantes or Dunker, and I would just be so happy. I would have been so happy if we got Stribling and Height and Dunker. I would like, oh, cool. So there's understandable reasons. Height gets off the ball quick, fine. Stribling, boy, he can catch and run and block and run at the catch. And he's mean. He may not be able to run routes, but neither can Devo and Jennings, so that's fine. If you're tough, you will get on the field, so maybe he will, but damn, there's a lot of money in front of him. And a lot of draft capital. Alright. Here we go. We're in the third round. The Lakers, but the Raiders got Trod McCoy. I'm happy we stayed away from that. Good player, but I don't want an ACL dude. This is where it kind of got tough. I think the Niners need to get beefier on both sides of the ball. We need some big dudes to knock down big dudes. Like, I know we want to get more athletic. The Niners got more. Hey, praise the Niners. They got more athletic. But I wanted Darrell Jackson here. We didn't get him. So, okay, tough luck. You can't get every player. Jackson is just a big dude, but he's like buff and like a damn, just like an action figure, man. 6'5", 315. You can't get them all. they excuse me. You can't win them all. No, a couple picks in front of us. And this is where my conspiracy theory just continues, okay? 49ers picked 107. Again! Someone trades in front of us. This is every damn pick. Let me go back here. Before I made my conspiracy theories completely right. Who was in I even looked at this right here. Who was in front of the Niners here? Yeah, no one got in front of us there. Dunker was right there. No one traded in front of us. But let me go back to the fourth. So Caitlin Black, no one give a damn. We had Jenny Dunker. Dunker fell to us. That's where we fucked up the most. That's why I'm so furious. Because there's just no excuse. I'm trying to find an excuse why we didn't. I can't think of anything. Okay. Right before the Niners pick, the Texans jump in front of the Niners again and get Fabechi Awiwu. Awiwu. That's another guy that was good, but that's too late to wait. He's a guard, but he also plays center, and he might be a future tackle. Fabechi Awiwu out of Oklahoma. He was another, like the Bay Area, the dorks like us that are looking at offensive line in the draft love Fabechi Awiwu. He's another guy that could possibly start 6'4", 19 pounds. His displays good power and strength when he played squared up with defensive linemen. He makes good contact, though he has some trouble latching on to the blocks. As a run blocker, he can pull and work a straight line, however, has some trouble with directing sprays, blah, blah, blah. In other words, he's a prospect. He's a big dude. and he can play center. He can play center and guard. Okay, he can play center and guard. A wee woo, right? So a lot of people are prospecting him to the Niners. We don't love Brendel, okay? That's it, okay? But again, another player that was just like could have been seen on the Niners goes right before him, and that's why I'm wondering about Grayson Halton, right? I like Grayson Halton. So this is a conspiracy. Just every time the Niners are about to get their guy, they're waiting. They're getting too cute like they always do. Like at the end of the game when they should run, they get cute and start doing these stupid ass plays that they never do with the rest of the game, okay? But Grayson Halton's a good player. Grayson Halton is a good player. He's 6'2", 293 as a tackle, but he's not the beef that we need. Maybe it's gonna work out in Raheem Morris's new defense, right? But I don't really know how this is gonna be. ESPN. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not stupid, but no one really knows because I'm gonna tell you this is the starting lineup according to ESPN. C.J. West at left defensive end, nose tackles Alfred Collins, Osa Odighizuwa is going to be the right end. They got Nick Bosa at will linebacker, Dre Greenlaw as left inside linebacker, and then a Fred Warner at right inside linebacker, and Mikael Williams at strong side linebacker, right? So they got those 5 down linemen, right? I don't know how that's going to go, and I don't know where Grayson Halton fits in there with that. Is he going to take down C.J. West? So looking at our defense, I'm thinking we need a bigger. Alfred Collins could be the nose tackle, but they have Collins and Anderson there. So I think Grayson Halton kind of fits in with C.J. West at that left the left end position or the right end position. Oh, they have him at right end. So Grayson Halton definitely Grayson Halton definitely a guy that's gonna wreck shop, and he's gonna be in our rotation for sure. So boy, if we do this 3-4, he's gonna do some things. So it's a nice pick, but I'm just really suspicious about this Iwiwu. So Grayson Halton, he fits the criteria of a guy that's gonna come in and wreck shop. But looking at all the rest of the guys so far, right? You know, maybe the defense is going to come in and wreck shop. Grayson Allen coming in. Grayson Allen and Ronello Height, they might come in on defense and start making stuff happen. So I'm getting excited thinking about this. Rethinking about this. I'm getting excited. I'm trying to picture this in the field. I'm trying to put it on the board. But what's Nick Bosa doing here? I'm really having a hard time figuring out how this defense is going to look, is what I'm telling you. So let's think about this together, okay? So, but if you add Grayson to Nick Bosa, and C.J. West and Alfred Collins, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Bosa, but it looks like there's enough action. There's no fucking way Mikael Williams is playing Sam linebacker. Maybe that's where Ronello Height comes in. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. But we got some players in there. They'll figure it out. I hope so. But I can see some shop wrecking. Grayson Halton is going to be a part of that. His style of play, he'll make some things happen, but I am worried that he can get overpowered. Okay, that is what it is. So he'll make some plays, but he might get engulfed by some big dudes. It is what it is. Okay, but let's look at guys after him, and this is where I second guess. Jalen Farmer, guard out of Kentucky. He's a guy I liked. All right. He started every game for Kentucky. And he's a strong guy. But maybe the Niners don't like the way he moved. I don't know. So, but if you didn't like him, fine. I like Devin Moore, but I was really excited about Keontae Scott. And I'm talking about maybe a guy I would have got instead of Grayson Halton. Okay. I really like Keontae Scott. I think he's 5'11", 193. He's like a Demo Lenore in Upton Stout. He just is freaking, for a defensive back, for a corner, he's just on the ball, wreaking havoc. They call him a nickelback, but But he plays zone. The Niners play here. Here's what I don't get, and I'll talk more when we get to our cornerback. He plays zone coverage. The Niners play zone coverage. If you have him, you got three guys who play a nickel, right? And you got JSN who kind of goes in and out, right? Then you got three guys who can actually cover that guy because they have the lateral movement and the quickness and the twitchiness and the speed to do that, right? So I really like Keontae Scott, and I thought I drafted him a couple times to the Niners with that 50-something pick in mock drafts. I really like him a lot. So I like it. If you're not aggressive and you can't play zone coverage for the 49ers, you will be in the doghouse like Ronaldo Green. Ronaldo Green and Mayor Darrell Little Jr. too, and even Witherspoon before. They want to play press man and get in your face, right? But they're not. For some reason, that doesn't make them great tacklers, right? So they just kind of end up in the doghouse. I think Keontae Scott, and obviously Pons, like I talked about earlier, they fit in more with the 49ers, like the guys they actually like the Diameter Lenores and the Upton Stouts who play zone, who make plays and just cause a bunch of ruckus, right? And maybe Keontae Scott is a guy, if he can't, look at this, look at our depth chart. Hey, he's not going to start over Lenore, there's too much money in there, but you know what? He'll challenge Ronaldo Green a little bit for the starting position. Hey, he'll try to challenge Upton Stout, and definitely, where the heck is Diameter Lenore? Nate Hobbs will challenge Nate Hobbs, Jack Jones, right? But I see him also as a guy that's a potential safety if you need him because he plays that nickel, right? But I know one thing. He will fit in with the Niners because he likes to get up in there. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to draft a corner, draft this guy because I think there's other guys to be had. So that's it's not that I didn't like Grayson Halton. It's just that I love Keontae Scott. I know he's a nickel. That's what people say, but I think he's more versatile than that, and he would be more disciplined on the 49ers, and he just fits in Demo and Upton Stout, and like, what's it all about, bitches? That's what I'm about. That's what I like. Maybe Ronaldo Green can turn into safety. Like, he played safety at Florida State as well. You know, I think we're a versatile secondary, a versatile, tough secondary if we get Keontae Scott, and that's why I'm just like, I don't love the pick of Grayson Halton. But I have to say this. Hearing this interview, I'm pumped. I'm like, I'll play here. I'm doing this. I'm like, you just listen to the guy. I'm fired up just thinking about the interview I watched an hour ago, right? And this is the thing about John Lynch. Again, I'm gonna say it again. He can get won over by a good man or conned by a con man, and it goes back to his first draft, and they both were bad picks in the first round. Solomon Thomas, really good dude. He had class. John Lynch at Stanford just wasn't soft. He was a tweener. And Reuben Foster, he had a reputation. I jumped in it up and down when we drafted Reuben Foster. I thought he was a killer. We needed that. And ours were soft before Shanahan, after the Harbaugh days. But he was a damn sociopath, and he conned him. So everybody, these guys are all likable, and that's good. You need a good man in bad times. And that's why the Niners keep winning in bad times. But I think it wins them over too much. I mean, it does. I think Holton's a good guy, and if you don't jive with John Lynch, and the 49ers, you just can't fit in. That's what bothers me about why is Ronaldo Green in the doghouse? What's still up with Brandon Ayuk? He didn't used to be that way. Maybe he's acting like a fool now, but damn, if you're isolated, it doesn't feel good. You do start doing weird shit, and if your knees messed up, you do weird shit. But that's the thing. A couple guys, I don't really care about the receivers, or I said I like Devin Moore, but damn, I can deal with that. But Keontae Scott, I would run a team with all murderous nickel backs because that's the way of the future. Everyone goes inside and gets outside. I think we'd have, if we would have got Pounds or Keontae Scott, I understand Pounds, you can't go this high, but man, the value of Keontae Scott, he went 116, and I would have taken him over over Grayson Halton. But Halton's a great guy. When I hear him, I'm pumped up and I understand why the Niners got him. And I can't really trip on a lot, but okay. But maybe you do trade down. Mike Washington's a guy I talked about a lot. And he has the ultimate athletic profile. But unlike Isaac Guerrero, he's actually played football, okay? This guy has good stats. The knock on him, maybe he doesn't see the hole. But if you had Lyman, you could make a hole. He's the kind of guy. You give it to him, toss right, first quarter. Toss right, second quarter. Screen, third quarter. Medium range pass, some kind of gadget play, fourth quarter. 1 of 4, you might score a touchdown. Because this guy is fast. We need speed that gets in the field. I think the Raider, typical fucking Raider pick. But I think Kyle Shanahan, he doesn't get his players on the field. But if you got that much speed and you don't fumble, maybe the fumbles got him. But we all know if you watch the 49ers, they need speed on the field. I like this Stripling kid, but there's a chance he won't see the field. Evidenced by Jordan Watkins cowing Pearsall for a long time. That great kid when the Niners drafted what year was that when they drafted Trey Lance? He still ain't seen the damn field. We've tried this before with speed receivers that don't get in the field. If you don't know where to be, or you're not a tough SOB. If you're not a Debo and Jennings just punking people out, which maybe Stripling is, maybe that's how he gets on the field, but there's too many guys, there's too much money in front of him. Pearsall, Evans, and Kirk. Maybe he surprised me, but I can see a way for this Washington getting on the field. But whatever, I can understand. Okay. Here's where I can't understand. Okay. You know who I like too? This right before pick 127, Niners CB again. I like Caleb Orr at a TC. I'm just realizing this. I love Caleb Orr, the linebacker out of TCU. I wish we'd have got that guy 6'2", 234. Damn, I'm getting mad. Maybe I just like horned frogs. Maybe I'm a horned froggy kind of guy. Okay. I'm just gonna let it go. I have this conspiracy that a lot of guys were traded or picked right before the Niners. That's why they mess everything up. But pick 27, Carver Williams. I don't know. I don't get it. He's an offensive tackle. He's 303 pounds. He can't keep the weight. We need more beat. This is the very first offensive lineman in the draft. He's a tackle who's going to be a guard. I don't get it. Out of Kansas State, I don't get Carver Williams. When I look at his highlights, he wasn't on my board. I don't get it. Is he going to start over the guys we picked up? Is he going to be our automatic left guard? Is he going to start as a tackle over Trent Williams? No. Over Colton McKivitz? Absolutely not. Over Trent Williams and McKivitz. McKivitz is making money now too. Is he gonna beat Pooney? No, Pooney's been fine. He was injured last year and he played okay. I wouldn't say regress, he played hurt. That's what happens when you play hurt. Okay. Is he gonna overtake Jake Brendel? No. Is he gonna overtake Robert Jones? No. Right now ESPN has him behind Trent Williams. That's not what's gonna happen. There's no fucking way this guy is the understudy of Trent Williams. When you look at Carver Williams, you do not see the fucking replacement of Trent Williams. You don't even see the replacement of Colton McKivitz. Okay? There's no future in that. There's no future in that. I mean, you're lucky if he challenges Connor Colby for a second and third on the depth chart. What he does do well is... What he does do well is get out and run block. All right. But let's see who goes after him. Jeremiah Wright. And this is a guard I really liked. Jeremiah Wright out of Auburn, a 330-pound guard, a big, tough, mean guy. Me and the 49ers just don't see the same things we want on offensive line. I wanted a big, tough, mean guy. Maybe they don't like that because of Banks, but right is tougher. I like that. I just don't. I don't understand. He's now a New Orleans Saint. Okay. For your Niners draft, our next pick is Ephesians Pricelik. And fine. He has a heck of an athletic profile. 4'4", 40. Was he's 6'4", he's 6'4", 6'3 and a half, 6'4", 196 pounds. But again, he's is he gonna start? Like, to me, he's another Darrell Luter Jr., just a heck of an athletic profile. He's not mean on the tackling. He may not fit in if he doesn't go stick his face in it. He's not gonna fit in on this team. But will he play? Maybe someday. But is he gonna play over Ronaldo Green? He's not gonna. I doubt he is gonna overtake Ronaldo Green for his job. Definitely not over Demo. I don't get it. I don't get it. He's not going to outdo Upton Stout. So he's going to be bad. Jack Jones is going to be better than Jack Jones? No. So this guy may not play. Is he going to be safety? Well, he's the same thing you got with Marquise Siegel. We'll find out. I don't know. Maybe he's like a nickel safety or something or whatever. I don't know. I don't know who he's going to be. But who's he going to beat out here? Darrell, maybe he knocks Eli Apple off the team. But they have him behind Nate Hobbs as third string behind Ronaldo Green. And on the other side, it's Demo Lenore, Jack Jones, and Darrell Luter Jr. What's he going to do this year? I don't think the Seahawks are sweating in their sea boots. Who went after him? That was pick 139. Are we going to the next round yet? Can't remember. Oh, yeah, it's Colby Young that went next. I'm not really worried about any of the receivers. Because I wanted Eli Heidenreich. All right, let's see. Okay. And this bothers me again. This is where I really got really mad too. You're getting cornerback with the athletic profile you already got in Darrell Luter Jr. If you want to mold Clay, great. Good for you. But I don't think Sam Heck is molded Clay. I think that's a starting center. 6'4", 304. Heck plays light on his feet and displays good quickness on film. That's what the Niners need. He's a quick center. He also plays with good balance and core strength. Heck has average moving power but can anchor, okay? So, like a Niner center, I think he's better than Brendel, okay? And hold his weight, sustaining his blocks well. He is skilled enough to pull and get out on the edge. Heck does a good job of climbing on the second level and latching to defenders. Overall, he's a solid player who gets the job done. I like the heck out of Sam Heck. He could replace Jake Brendel. I would have taken him over Ephesians Prosoc. But the Niners love Jake Brendel for some reason. This is where what I'm doing right now is doing a Saturday night quarterback and saying what I would have done or what could have been done instead of what we got. So I think we are soft at the middle. We are still soft at the middle, and I don't think Carver Willis. He has to eat like a monster to maintain his weight, and I just don't see it. I think he's another guy who sold John Lynch on his charisma or his con. And I'm talking about Carver Willis. I can't believe it. This is my favorite center in the draft. Parker Brailsford. He's only 6'2", 289, but man, when you see him, he punks people. Parker Brailsford started 27 games for Alabama, and following Klein Bower from Washington, he measured a bit undersized at the combine, but plays stronger than his size suggests. He does. And remember, this is a young guy. Brailsford combines good footwork, quick hands, and situational awareness to be a competent pass protector. Competent is better than Jake Brendel. He is also a patient blocker in pass protection, and he will set and wait for rushers to come to him instead of chasing to secure the pocket. Brailsford easily passes off and picks up blocks. His punch is quick and strong, and he does a good job when anchoring as a run blocker. Brailsford plays with great determination and utilizes the low center of gravity to create leverage. He has very good quickness and change of direction when climbing to the second level. Scouts Inc. This was my man. Oh, and by the way, at 48, Bo Stevens, another guard, goes to the Seahawks. We're not going to get past him. He's not the strongest. That's why I didn't like Bo Stevens, okay? But fine. Another guy, I wouldn't have been mad, but Bo Stevens went there. Okay. But I'm going to tell you something. After, where did Parker go? Parker Brailsford went. I also would have been happy with the Duke. With the Duke tackle. I'm forgetting his name right now, but whatever. I've kind of made my point that those guys after the guys. Oh my God. This hurts too. Boy, so after Ephesians, some good players went. I mean, and then the Niners get Jennings Duggar at 154. Okay, maybe I over-exaggerated when I said Jaden Duggar is the next Fred Warner. But Fred Warner wasn't Fred Warner until he was Fred Warner. What I like about him, his size, 6'5", 239. He can guard tight ends because he's a converted safety. He's 1'4", 640. He has good speed. He has good size. Yeah, he still has he doesn't have Fred Warner's instincts, but he has the tremendous athletic profile. He makes good form tackles. I like him. He's gonna play behind Greenlaw, and of course Warner. And those guys might get hurt. So let's look at the rest of the linebackers here, though. It's weird looking at this because they have okay, look at the left inside linebackers. Greenlaw, then Luke Gifford and Garrett Wallow and Nick Martin. Why is Nick Martin? What the hell did Nick Martin do to be like the behind Luke Gifford and Garrett Wallow? I think Nick Martin. If Jaden Duggar can get past Nick Martin, he's gonna play. And behind Warner is Bethune and Duggar and Jalen Graham. I think Duggar, if everyone's healthy, he'll learn a little bit behind Greenlaw and Warner, but they're not going to be healthy. Well, Warner might be, but once you start getting hurt, you might keep getting hurt. So he might play there. So I don't mind that pick if you really liked him. He's a hell of an athlete. You can mold him into something. But let's see what was behind him. And here's the thing. If you wanted a safety, you could have got Michael Taft right here. Okay? A lot of people like Michael Taft. A lot of people were complaining about the Niners safeties. So Michael Taft was there. I'm cool with Duggar there over that guy. But here's the thing. Here's a guy I really liked. Jalen Kilgore. I mean, he's another guy. A strong, he's 6'1", 210. He's a freaking enforcer like the Niners like, and he can play coverage as well. Jalen Kilgore fits into the 49ers. You don't have to. He kind of fell to you. And the Niners they love nickels. So you might just have a nickel at every cornerback position. They want guys who can cover and are tough and are strong. They love Demo Lenore. They love it. Why just you go what you love everywhere? You try to get these long guys, and when they don't, when their length keeps them from putting their head down and smashing somebody because they have long necks like Merton Hanks, you get mad at them. So just go with the Kilgores. He's 6'1", 210. He's got the size and the meanness. So just get him. Get him. He may not have a perfect position, but figure it out, Raheem Morris. I would have taken him. I might have taken him over Duggar, because Duggar might have been a reach, and maybe Kilger fell to you. Okay. Um, this annoys me. Damn it, Bobby! You got another one of my guys. Riley Nowakowski, tight end, for the national championship winning Indiana U. I saw him. A lot of people saw him as the man that's going to take over for Kyle Juszczyk at fullback. They don't make fullbacks anymore, but man, you know what they make? A lot of great plays when you're Riley Nowakowski. Man, he comes through. He's clutch. I see him as a fullback. He's only 6'2". I want my tight ends about 6'5". You know, unless you run a damn 4.4 40. But I like Riley. Another guy, Dunker and Riley, my two tough dudes, went to the Steelers. I'm pissed at Bobby Blackstone right now. Okay. But I'm not gonna die over these guys, because I would rather draft corners and see if they can play safety. When they have like what we did with Ward, like we did with Jimmy Ward. We got him as a corner, and he kind of matured to a safety. I think that's what we need to do. I like that route. You know, like a Pons could have been one. Okay. Enrique Cruz. I really wanted Eli Heisenreich here, because we don't have a kick returner. I wanted Heisenreich, but at 179 in the 5th round, we got Enrique Cruz. Okay, I didn't know Enrique Cruz, honestly, but I see why the 49ers got him. He's just like a physical specimen, apparently. But he has like a crazy vertical. He runs a 4.9 40 at 6'5". Maybe one day he is the heir apparent of of Trent Williams like 4 years down the line. He doesn't even make our depth chart here. But because of it, but the thing is, he's not that strong, you know? He has average punch strength at the point of attack. He does a good job of keeping his feet running. He struggles to plant them when anchoring. You got to anchor if you're a tackle, okay? But at pick 179, I guess you take a chance at a project tackle, right? But he's not gonna get on the field, okay? And we should have done this earlier, is what I'm saying. This is why I don't see Carver or Cruz just going in there and say, "Get back there, Seattle! Get off my back!" is what I'm saying. So as a player, I have no problem getting him. I have no problem getting a project here, and he's just a hell of a athlete. He might be somebody. You never know. This guy might beat somebody. Enrique, and he's another guy that seems like a really good dude. He seems like a really good dude, right? I like him, right? I think John Lynch, whenever he talks to these guys, or he sees they're cool, he likes them. But that's fine. I don't have a problem against him, but I'm going to continue this process and see who went behind him, and then complain and be a Saturday quarterback. But if the Niners really wanted this dude, I'm happy they got him. I'm happy we got him, right? I'm going to see if there's anyone who I can complain about that we didn't get that went there. And there is. This is it. Brian Parker. Oh, my God. At 179. Excuse me, Lord. The Niners could have got Brian Parker. Brian Parker out of Duke is one of the toughest dudes around. I'm going to read a scouting report. 6'5", 309 pounds. Parker lined up at tackle at Duke, though he could move inside in the NFL. He displays average strength to move defenders off their mark, but he can wall them off and is a good combo blocker. That's what Niners do. Parker displays fluidity when pulling and climbing at the second level. See, I see him a lot of people see him at center. Okay, and I think I see him as a replacement for Brendel. They love Brendel. What's going on here? I don't want any of this coming on here. What's going on here? What's all this? Get out of here. I don't want to end this. Keep it going. Okay, I gotta end the live feed. Okay, good. Bam. Drag the puzzle to place. Here we go. Bam. What's going on here? What's going on here? Bump, 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 bump. All right. What's going on with my live feed? Whoa, whoa, whoa. But we could have got Parker. I don't know what these guys are doing here. What's going on with my live feed? Close this stupid thing. But we could have got Parker, and I'm furious that we did not do that. Okay, I guess whatever was wrong, I don't know what happened. What the heck's going on over here? Something was going on with my live feed. But I was furious we didn't get Brian Parker the second. I'm going to reread it. Parker lined up at offensive tackle at Duke, though he could move inside in the NFL. I want him to replace Jake Brendel. And there's what does Jake Brendel got on the 49ers? He displays average strength to move defenders. That's way more than Brendel. Defenders off the mark, but he can wall them off as a good combo blocker. Parker displays fluidity when pulling and climbing to the second level. However, edge rushers have shown the ability to get their hands in his chest and drive Parker into the backfield. In pass protection, he can also struggle to get depth on his kick side, letting rushers beat him off the edge. Parker has average play strength, which might hinder his ability to be as successful if he were to slide to guard. Center would be the best spot for him with his deficiencies. I saw him there. I saw him at center. Pat Coogan, man. I like Pat Coogan. But maybe this tackle, I like these guys. I like Parker. I like Coogan. Coogan was named offensive MVP in the Rose Bowl this season. I like him at center too. Okay. I'm trying to replace Jake Brendel. The 49ers are obviously not. They're trying to replace Trent Williams with some fucking kid who only has an athletic profile. I don't see it happening, but fine. Okay. I'm not going to make a big argument about these guys that went after, okay? Except for Micah Morris. This one bothers me. Micah Morris out of Georgia, another guard. 6'5", 334 pounds. I like him. He's big, tough, and mean. And he's going to the green machine. Fly, Eagles, fly. Morris is a wide body with excellent strength, using strong hands to deliver a forceful pop on contact. While he has size and strength to move defenders, he needs more consistent hand placement and pad level to help him sustain blocks. Okay, fine. But he's a monster. Morris the monster. Morris has good short area movement and can cover up defenders. However, he can get caught stopping his feet on contact and struggling to create push. Okay. I see him as a guy who can fight with the dang Seahawks, but maybe the Niners don't. That's why I wanted Bisontes early and no lower than Jake Brendel. I'm not fuck that. You can't get lower than Jake Brendel, but I'm no lower than Jennings Dunker. That's why I did my best, 49ers. I did my best. And I don't think that pick we just had is gonna start. Okay. So I'm not gonna complain about anyone else besides I wanted Heidenreich. But I don't know if did Heidenreich even get drafted? So anyone who just VJ Payne. Oh my gosh. VJ Payne went in the 7th round. VJ Payne, another guy, a 6'3", 206-pound guy with speed. He missed 12 tackles. But he causes a lot of stuff, is what I'm saying, man. He gets off blocks and he causes a lot of problems. I like him. Like, he sticks in coverage. Like, he's a good cover guy. He's just nuts, okay? He causes stuff and he misses stuff. I like VJ Payne. I would have taken him over the guy we got. I drafted the 49ers at earlier picks. Eli Heidenreich on the Steelers again. God damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby Blackstone. Why did you get all these guys I wanted? Holy shit. Steelers is stealing my team. Eli Heidenreich to the Steelers. Unbelievable. See, but the Niners just don't want to be tough. That's why we're soft up the middle. But I don't know. I don't know if we still got it. Heidenreich to the Steelers. That bothers me. And that's it. Cole Wisniewski, another safety. A lot of people wanted that in the 49ers. I can live without the rest of these guys so far. Okay, that's it. You heard what I might have did. You know what you would have did. I mean, Chase Bisontes, man. I think we need to do that. We needed a tight end. We probably could have got Oscar Delp. We could have went DeSantis Delp and really solved the issues that we have. We have no tight end. Like, we're gonna go into this thing with no George Kittle. Jake Tonjes is gonna be our starting guy. Luke Farrell's trash. Drayden Willis. This is what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. I wanted Sam Roush because I think Roush has a play because he's a good pass block. He's a good blocker. So you can play Kittle and Roush at the same time. But damn, if Oscar Delp fell to us, I don't know. All right, there it is. I'm cool with Manello, Height, and Stripling. I think they can make a contribution. But I don't think we found the solution on our offensive line. And that's my opinion, and that's my show. And I want to say thank you. You don't have to listen to me. I don't know why you would. I'm just a guy over here. But I appreciate you. God bless you. Keep it real. Keep it clean. And I'll see you when I'm back on the scene. Oh, yeah.